Welcome, Internet, to a special episode of the Brothers War here. We've got ourselves a hot take on the new London Mulligan.
Hot take.
All right, so let's inform all the viewers at home what the Mulligan rule currently is.
Yep.
Zach, over to you.
All right, the current Mulligan rule is you draw your initial 7 cards. So you got 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm looking at this and I don't have any lands. There are no lands here. There's nothing I want. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna mull down to 6, and this is in single player. In multiplayer, you get a free mulligan, but we're gonna shortcut past that and go to 6. So I look at it. Okay, this hand looks a lot better. So what I'm gonna do now is scry 1. Look at the top card of my library. Do I want that?
No.
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, put that down.
Ship it to the bottom. And then you have Vancouver mulliganed successfully.
All right, so the new proposed change is going to be called the London Mulligan, and it's slightly different, and it's not official yet.
It will be being tested in the upcoming times in London.
That's right. All right, so let's explain how the new London Mulligan works. Zach, over to you again.
All right, so I get my initial 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can count. Okay.
Counting is fundamental.
Yeah, I'm not gonna keep this. This is bad. So I'm gonna, shuffle it up, draw again. And here's where the difference lies. The difference is, instead of drawing 6 like you normally would, you draw 7 again. So, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at my cards and think, I've got some lands, I got some things, but this Mirari's Conjecture, it's a 5-drop. I'm probably not going to be playing it for a while. I will, since this is my first mulligan, I will put 1 card at the bottom of my library.
And the interesting bit here is you're choosing which card to put. Right?
Exactly.
Like that, and so it's better than the scry already.
Yep, absolutely. And then now I keep the most optimal possible hand that I could from that. Yeah, I'm down cards, but I got to choose which cards I kept. And I think that's what makes this interesting and possibly better.
Right, and of course it continues on, right? So let's just say I had mulligan twice. This is my next hand. I'd be like, okay, I've got a good mix here. I'll put this one and this one on the bottom. And now I've got a 5-card hand. But it's got a good mix of lands and spells. And you wouldn't get that with mulliganing. It becomes a lot easier to keep a hand under the mulligan rule for London, right? Yep. So, I mean, that's the way I think about it.
Yeah, I think so too, right? Like, I've seen people in EDH mull down to 5 and just keep it with 1 land because you can't really afford to go much lower than those 5 cards. And it feels bad, right? So I think this eliminates some of that feel badness of, it gives you more control over being able to pick what hand you get if you have to mull.
Yeah, so I mean, I think this is a really cool change. And I think what's really awesome is that they're testing it out, right? This is not just like getting dropped on us. Wizards made an announcement video, and it was really good. It was very informative. I watched the whole thing. They announced the date of the Commander product as well. So that's coming out on August 23rd. But yeah, they announced that they're going to test this out. And I think that's really cool, right? And they're doing it smartly, right? They're testing it in the modern format.
Right.
And this mulligan is potentially more dangerous in those formats because larger card pool, more degenerate things can happen.
Right. And I could see there are 3 and 4 card combos, right? And you can keep doing the London till you get all your pieces and be done. And I think there's potential for that to be a problem, but I think that's why they're specifically testing it in London, because that is a modern tournament. The second half of it anyway.
Yeah, and we should note here also that it also makes it easier to find those sideboard silver bullet answers.
Yeah.
So, that's something they're looking into too. So I just think it's cool that we're taking a step here. We're checking it out. Mm-hmm. I think it's pretty neat. So, viewers out there, we actually got a chance to play with this on the day of the announcement. It just so happened we were going to our local gaming store, the Mothership. Hey, Mothership. You know, oddly enough, our opponents were like, hey, do you guys want to try the new Mulligan rule? And I was like, what? Yeah, let's do it. And they explained it, and so we gave it a shot, and we played 2 games against Jonathan and Gabe, and it was really fun. And I can tell you that of the 4 of us, I was the only one that actually had to go down to 6, because once again, in multiplayer, you get that free Mulligan, right? So my opening hand had 1 land, the second one had 5 lands. It was really bad. I was like, you know what? Let's try it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And I did. I went down and I was like, oh, look at this. Like, this card is so late game. I'll just put that on the bottom. And you know, I had a good mixture of lands and spells. And that, like, so I think, you know, what you want out of a Mulligan in Commander is you want the games to be good games, right? Because it feels so bad when you Mulligan down to 5 and you've got those 2 lands and then you just don't hit any more lands.
Yeah. And
you're kind of not really playing the game. So I think this is a very positive change for Commander.
I definitely think so. Having seen it in action, like it feels pretty good for Commander. I'm on the fence about. I think it's fine for Standard. I'm on the fence about Modern, but like we said, they're going to test it, right? And they've said they've been testing it internally for this Mulligan for quite some time. So
yeah, I think they said 4 or 5 months.
That's a long time in my world.
Yeah. So I guess what I'd say out there, viewers, give this a shot. You know, there's no harm here. It may become the official Mulligan. It may not. But give it a shot and then, like, let us know what you think about it down in the comments, right?
Yeah. Or, you know, we're having a discussion about it in our Facebook group, too, which we'll have a link to in the comments. And, you know, if you want to join in that discussion or any other discussions we have in Facebook, definitely everyone's welcome as long as, you know, you're a nice person.
Yeah, well, and, you know, last week there was a really #HellaDopeLitFam recipe for guacamole in there. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
I go to the Facebook group
all the time. I see Ryan. He's just like replying to people and being social, and it's not him, I don't think.
But yeah, so yeah, definitely go check out our Facebook group. And also, if you like this video, give it the thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell button to get notifications for more of our content.
Yep, which more will be coming.
Indeed it will. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.
It's
one more time.
We're not making chip tone songs. The Brothers War, the record coming to you.
Do 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 do. Ba deep boop ba ba da ba da. Like that.